This is the morning sports desk for Tuesday, August 22nd. All right, Corey, welcome back.
How's it going?
It's been a few days since we've what was it been like a week now? Week and a half?
Something like that. A little over. I think a little over a week.
Yeah, a lot's changed since then. We have high school sports back on the schedule.
I know, it's awesome. We had stuff, as a matter of fact, on our schedule yesterday. There is even some cross country on the calendar today. Make the Lake in Detroit Lakes. A bunch of teams involved there. Yesterday we had girls tennis. There's a bunch of girls tennis around the area, including the Highway 10 tournament. And that features a bunch of area teams. Wadena Deer Creek hosts the singles tournament. Staples Motley hosts the doubles tournament. And those two schools have gone back and forth for years hosting that. There's a triangular in Fergus Falls. There's a quad at Long Prairie Gray Eagle. There's a tri in Brainerd. So, yeah, we're like locked and loaded on this high school sports schedule season. That first week of practice gets here and leaves, and then just like that, we're in. It's officially fall, I guess.
Right, and by the time we get our bearings this week, next week we move into volleyball and football starting up, and then we're into it, and then school comes back, and then we're really into it. Fall sports is in and out. Like, that thing goes by so quick, so it's already here, so start enjoying it.
I know, we'll look up and it'll be MEA, and we'll be like, okay, well, that was fun. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, good job, everyone. Time for the 4 months of basketball.
Right.
Winter sports, man. So I guess with that, it's really kind of the start of fall sports season, which is really fun. Corey, how's it coming on the broadcast schedule for the coming school year?
It's not.
It'll get here when it gets here.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
We got time. We'll put the kind of finishing touches on all of that this week and figure out a plan of attack. And it's not far away. You'll be seeing us in a gym near you very soon.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
Right.
By the way, there's also some football this week. I forgot about that. A couple 9-man schools, I believe Bertha, Hewitt, and Verndale both have games this Thursday.
Is that right?
Already, because of they're on 0 week this year. So, yeah, it's crazy. We're in fall sports. We're into the swing of things already. So that's crazy to start to think about already. So moving on to state sports, Corey, looking at the Twins. So I talked about yesterday on the morning sports desk, which you can hear on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, also WadenaRadio.com. I talked basically that the Twins kind of weirdly already have the division not locked up, but they're in the driver's seat. Like they have a 95% chance, according to Fangraphs, to win the division. They have a 6-game lead. Now they play Cleveland 6 times in the next 12 games. But Cleveland outside, like the Twins have a tough stretch. They play the Rangers. They're playing Milwaukee tonight. But the Guardians have a stretch where they're playing Tampa. They're playing Toronto. They're playing teams that are in the mix of this thing in the playoffs as well. And Cleveland's already falling apart. So for basically the Twins are going to have to play worse than 500 ball for the next month of the season for the rest of the year. And Cleveland's going to have to win at like a 90-win pace to try and catch up through the rest of the season.
Right.
So basically that's already kind of taken care of. So should the Twins start to think about, what's the train of thought here? Do they start to rest everybody? And the Twins have flirted with that 6-man rotation? Do they start like trying to not just take their foot off the gas just a little bit to make sure everybody's, not overworking themselves to get into the postseason? Or is it, the next step in logic is try and get that 2 seed, and you can catch the Texas Rangers, who you play 7 of your next 12 games or 7 of your next 15 against. Right. Try and catch Texas Rangers, get the number 2 seed, because in this new playoff format, Corey, the 2 seed gets an automatic bye into the division series and can skip the 3-game wild card series entirely.
Well, there's a lot. First of all, I think there's 37 games left in the...
Yeah, the Twins have 37 games left.
37 games left in the regular season. And yeah, 95% chance of winning the division or whatever you said
Yeah.
that number was. Um, the AL Central stinks.
Hmm.
So, yeah, do I feel confident in saying it's basically locked up? No, I do not. But as you mentioned, they are absolutely in the driver's seat, and you kind of hammered that all out. Now, the idea of should the Twins go for the 2 seed? What the heck are they playing these games for? Like, aren't they just because they're 6 games up doesn't mean they're just going to throw games away. Aren't they just trying to win as many games as possible? They're a first place team that would be at best third place in every other division in the entire Major League Baseball. They're just trying to win games. So if you can get to a 2 seed, cool. I don't know that that's necessarily. I think they're just trying to win as many games as possible. Is that too vague and too simple of an answer on all of this?
No, I mean, I think that's the right answer, but I'm going to play devil's advocate for you here. I mean, is it worth getting to an arbitrary number of wins to prove something to the other teams when, maybe you try and push to win those 4 extra games when you already basically have the Central locked up, and then you risk maybe letting Pablo Lopez or Sonny Gray pitch maybe a few more innings too many, and they wear down a little bit towards the end of the year, or you rely too much on Duran towards the end of the year to try and get as many wins as possible, even though you got the division locked up. So that's kind of, is it worth getting to 88 wins instead of just sitting at 84 wins and knowing that you have the Central and you can kind of rest everybody up? Because keep in mind, when the Twins have gone into the playoffs the last however many times, at whether it's Mauer in 2010 banged up with his knee going in, whether it's Morneau who wasn't healthy in 09 or 10, or whether it's Buxton and Kepler being hurt and Crone being hurt in 2019, Donaldson and Buxton being hurt in 2020. Is it more important just to make sure everybody's healthy and getting into the postseason?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's devil's advocate at all. I think that's exactly they're just gonna play baseball. I don't think the goal is to win the division, probably. And if they happen to catch the second place spot, cool. Like, isn't the goal? The goal is just going to be, let's play as good a baseball as we possibly can. It still is only August. Now we're at the later stages of the month of August, but everyone starts to cool their jets in September anyway. So, yeah, I don't foresee them moving to like a 6-man rotation, but if they do during September, cool. Is it enough to keep everybody? Yeah, no, I know they have. Will they? Who knows? That's not the point. Is it's September. Things just get wonky anyway. The rosters double in size, and we're just
going to go to
seeing
28
more players. And okay, fine. The point, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
right?
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But the point is just to win games. They're just trying to win games. I don't know that there's this like we need to chase somebody down as a point. Just win games. If they're playing red hot baseball and they could somehow magically make the playoffs with 40 wins, you'd still be scared of them because they're red hot at the moment. Just be playing your best baseball at the end of the season.
Look, I don't care. This Twins team can do it. Just win a postseason game and they can do whatever they want from that point on. That's literally like people are like, why are you getting excited over this Twins team? They stink and they'll make the playoffs. As like you said, Corey, with one of the worst records in the league for a playoff team. And I don't care. They win a playoff game and they end the streak. Let's hang a banner for them. The bar is that low.
People keep asking, like, wouldn't it be a ride if this was the team that like made a little run? I'm like, why is this even a conversation? Why would you care? Let it be this team. Let it be this team that wins a World Series. That'd be the best. Like
the 87 team that we all talk about. What was the mantra with them? They went worst to first. Like they stunk on the road. Like that 87 team wasn't perfect. They got hot at the right time and won.
Yes.
And that's that. I'm not saying this Twins team is exactly like the 1987 Twins, but
the pitching's good.
Pitching is good.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching is really good. And that's the biggest thing that they have hanging on their hats at this point in the year. We'll see how everything tracks down for the regular season. But I think it's at least good compared to what we were talking about last year, which is, holy cow, this has got to be the biggest collapse I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they stunk. They stunk a year ago. Yeah, I don't think there's a specific goal.
Yeah.
Of the second place team. I now they might have something up in the locker room, like
Right.
a magic
Everybody
number to
motivated.
second place.
Yeah.
But just win, baby, I think is the phrase.
All right. Anthony Edwards had a pretty good Team USA showing I think it was just an exhibition game, but the FIBA tournament's coming up pretty soon. Anthony Edwards, according to Team USA coach Steve Kerr, said it's his team, had 34 points in the game against Germany. It's not a star-studded team for Team USA, but Corey, is Anthony Edwards, I talked about it yesterday, so I'll give you the floor. Is Anthony Edwards, like, we already know what Ant can be and we know who Ant is, but is this the year that the NBA more broadly accepts that Ant is a rising superstar?
I think NBA fans know who Anthony Edwards is.
Mm-hmm.
People who are in on the NBA get it. Yeah, if he has a good FIBA run, that'll be really big. He's special. It was Steve Kerr said that, but the team was also kind of designed around his ability. It was kind of his team. Like, you're right, it's not a star-studded team, but outside of, you'd have to go back to LeBron and D-Wade and Kobe all on one team. They kind of have cherry-picked these up-and-comer kind of guys.
Uh-huh.
And Ant is the biggest superstar, or the biggest superstar potential of all of them. Yeah, I think they know. LeBron picked him as the number 1 overall pick in the All-Star game last year.
Uh-huh.
I know that's a silly thing to say, but players know who he is and the sort of excitement and ability that he brings to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's awesome, man.
He's popped up before and he's gotten the cred of NBA Twitter when he's had a good game. But I think this is the year where people just kind of accept. It's more of yeah, he's a rising star. Do you think that year 3 is the year he becomes because we've talked about this, he's growing.
I hope. I hope so.
His game is growing. He's working on things. He's getting, in the lab. He's got the Instagram videos. He's shown flashes. He's shown stretches. Is this the year we fully get it, or is this kind of another step in progression? Because keep in mind, NBA guys take a very long time to develop into their true kind of talent level.
Well, I hope it's the year that he makes a leap, but I also hope everyone remains patient with him. It's the Jason Tatum thing for Boston. It took him almost, it felt like a decade, maybe 5, 6, 7 years for Jason Tatum to finally ascend to that I am. If you think about biology, guys don't physically mature until they're 25, 26, 27 years old. And he's 21. So he is still growing into his body. He's still actually physically maturing. I think he's going to make another leap. He has done nothing but make leaps in his career so far. That'll be really important. Yeah, man, I hope so. I hope this is the year.
5 from day 5. So Corey, one last thing before I let you go here. So apparently in Maine, Kool-Aid bursts are apparently banned.
Okay.
There's a sugary drink tax in Maine, so Kool-Aid is not allowed in the state due to the high tax rate. Businesses just aren't even putting it on the shelves. So Corey, my question to you is, what sugary drink, what bad for you snack, what guilty pleasure snack do you have that if they got banned in a similar circumstance, would you create a black market for because they're just too valuable to you to not have in your house?
This is not an exact same scenario, but this thing actually already kind of exists. A certain select few people that I know. Do you know what Spotted Cow is?
Yes. Yeah. The drink from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's a beer from Wisconsin. It's an excellent beer. And that already happens. I already hey, you're heading to Wisconsin, pick me up a 6-pack of Spotted Cow when you come back through. That'd be awesome. It already exists. Otherwise, I'm not that a snacky of a person. If there were no Cool Ranch Doritos, I'd probably revolt.
Yeah. So Corey would be starting protests at the state capitol for Cool Ranch.
Right.
All right, Corey Tackman, everybody. This has been the Morning Sports Desk for Tuesday, August 22nd. 7:31 on KWAD. We have more to come after this. Here's M&N News.
Minnesota News Network. I'm Brent Hall. Forecasters say those in strange